Good afternoon, everybody. This is my life today. My name is Thomas Dunn. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. First, I'd like to say thank you to Lainey Prejean, Jean Saucier, and my little sister, and all the friends I have out there who already know my story. I'm a 50-year-old man who's been homeless my whole life. They say the definition of chronic homeless, according to the federal government, is someone who's been homeless 3 times in the past year or a year out of the past 3. I've spent the past 27 years literally on a camp in the Mississippi River or in alleys or whatever, eating out of dumpsters and shit like that, because I like the alcohol more than I just like living. But now, after months of sobriety, I try to get my life together and I try to get in these programs. So I'm given an option that either I can have to come in on alcohol or drugs of some kind, or I have to come in under their brand of religion, or I can't come in. The past few weeks I've called literally hundreds of people and agencies in the tri-state area, Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri. They say, yeah, you're chronically homeless. I said, but because of your felonies, the fact that you've never worked, paid bills or anything like that. I've never had an apartment. I've never paid bills. I've never had a paycheck job. I've driven a car 3 or 4 times in my life. And because of the I don't give a fuck attitude met up 35 years later with the I give a fuck attitude, it's just really hard. They're really fast to give me a food stamp. I don't want a food stamp card. I don't want a handout. I want a hand up. I got people, I got friends that allow me to live in their house. I don't want to do that. I want my own house. I want to pay my own way. It gets hard. It's almost like now I got to revert back to what I try to stay away from, the manipulations and facades that I used when I was out there using. They're telling me they got to use now just to get help, and it's just, I was taught by my sister Lainey, John, many people not to compromise my morals or values. And not to compromise my sobriety. But, and I'm not to nobody. I just don't, understand how to fucking do it. I mean, it gets frustrating. But I don't give up. Keep on going. Had a couple places tell me that I can come in if I adhere to their brand of religion. Well, that's not an option for me today. I have a higher power that I choose to call God, and I believe in that. I'm not going to promise that for anybody, just like I won't compromise my sobriety. I know if I go buy a pint of vodka and pour it on me, bam, drink a little bit, I get right in these programs, get all the help I need, but that's not an option. I can go back to Minnesota and get on where they pay my rent for the rest of my life, but I'm not allowed to work. What the fuck kind of shit is that? They say chronically homeless. They say if a woman kicks his husband or her husband out 3 times in a year, he's considered chronically homeless. Those of us that eat out of Wendy's dumpsters and McDonald's and Taco Bell just for dessert, living in bridges, under bridges, in camps on the Mississippi River, eating Nutri-Rat and shit. They just say that we're pretty much useless. They'll never amount to nothing. Well, I'm here to fucking tell you that that's wrong. But I just wanted to let you know a little bit how my day is going. But it's all good, because God woke me up this morning. Yeah, I didn't mean to get emotional. Really didn't. But it happens. Y'all have a blessed day. And no, I don't know what you believe in, but don't compromise that for anything. Because they say, and I heard this on a movie one time, that the worst death there is the loss of hope. And I'm not hopeless. Because the minute that I think that I'm hopeless, I'm going back to a bottle of vodka, or I'm going back to sticking a needle in my arm. And that's not an option. Peace.